please bring up my mentor, Steve Hirschcheck.
Thanks very much for that. Thank you very much. You know, when I think I was a silver director, and a good friend of mine back home, Dave Carlson, said, hey, you know, this USANA thing you're doing, there's a kid that used to be in my youth group, Jordan Kemper. I think he'd be good at this. You should talk to Jordan. And I said, you know, I know his sister, Christy. She babysits for us. I think I'll try to talk to Jordan. So how do you think that went? Pretty darn good. So, hey, guys, as far as the event goes, Ben, Paul, Kristen, Jordan, how about that, guys? This amazing event. My goodness. I used to be involved just a little bit years ago in these events, and you've gotten just so complicated, so much going on, so many moving parts. This is incredible. But how many of you, just give me an idea, how many of you have been in USANA under a year? Just show hands, under a year, maybe almost half, a third of the group. How many of you under, say, 5 years? Under 5 years? Okay, and any old timers like me are getting close to 10 or more? Okay, just a few. All right, now, we've heard some great content today, and we've heard about some things, pillars of belief. How many of you are rock solid in your conviction that we have a great product line? I mean, you're rock solid. Yeah. For, I think, a lot of us, that's maybe one of our first convictions when we're introduced to USANA. We just know these products are real. Like, some of us experience them. Some of us are analyzers like me, and maybe you read a little bit about them. But we usually can grow our conviction that the products are amazing pretty early on, okay? We just know we've got a great product line, and that was for me as well. Now, honestly, how many of you, don't raise your hand for this one, though. How many of you, if let's think back to, you know, your USANA journey, you're talking to somebody that you respect, someone you look up to, and you're telling them a little bit about USANA, and they stop and they give you this question with just a tinge of disappointment in their voice, and they give you the question, is this network marketing? How do you feel then? Can you say that you have that rock solid belief, or do you kind of pull back a little bit inside, maybe cringe a little bit inside? Anybody in that category? You just kind of like, I was afraid they're going to ask me that. Well, I'll be honest with you. When I first came into USANA, I fell in love with the products. I mean, a physician friend showed me USANA, and he delivered the science, and I kind of did my stuff anesthesiologists do. You know, we study and read, and we're cautious, and then we started using the product, and we saw some product, you know, benefits in our health within a few months. And then, you know, then I got on planes and drove and read books and went to conferences, and my belief was strong in these products. I thought, this is a great company. But I'll tell you what, I didn't like the industry that was used to deliver the products. Network marketing made me kind of cringe a little bit. I thought, well, USANA's an amazing company, but I just didn't want them to go to that network marketing thing. I was embarrassed of it because I didn't understand the industry. And through the years, when anybody kind of mentioned network marketing, or, you know, maybe some of you have been prospected by other network marketers in years prior, you kind of had a bad feeling when the phone went down, you know, like, that was kind of awkward. And then you found out, oh, now I'm in one of those, right? So what I want to give you today, I want to help you through the journey that I got to where I built the same kind of belief in network marketing that I have with the products. Would that be helpful for anybody? I want to give that to you because I want you to be able to say, when that person you respect looks you in the eye and says, is this network marketing? You can look them back with that same intensity you had about the products and say, absolutely, absolutely. And let me show you why I'm excited about that. You can say that absolutely, okay? So engage with me here. I'm going to take you through kind of what I had to go through. And I had a lot of hang-ups, a lot of issues. I had a big ego in the way. I wanted everybody to think I was into something cool. And I was embarrassed about network marketing. So I really had to get congruent that this is a great distribution model, all right? So let me grab my pointer here so we can move along. All right. In high school, did any of you knew that you could have a business where you got paid more than one time? Did anybody learn about that? Okay, I mean, like if someone said, okay, now class, as you go out into the workforce, there are job opportunities out there, and you can do work that pays you one time for your work, or you can do work that pays you maybe 100 or 1,000 times or more. Would you be interested in maybe at least hearing about that option called royalty or residual income? I think I would have been interested to at least hear about it. Like, what do you mean there's people that get paid more than once? I mow my neighbor's yard once, and he pays me once. Like, what do you mean you get paid more than one time, right? So I would have been interested in a class like that. And linear income, you know, what linear income really is you're going to work and you're selling a certain amount of time, trading time, and you get paid one time, okay? Now, I'm not saying this has anything to do with the satisfaction you feel when you are doing that work, okay? because the reality is work is a godlike thing. We're called to work. We're created to work. We're in the image of our Creator, who is a being who creates and works. And work is the godlike thing that you should find joy in. So I'm not saying that royalty income gives you more satisfaction in life, because in all honesty, do you know what the best thing that you get that comes from your work? It's not actually money, believe it or not. It's the fulfillment of your very nature. It's the fulfillment of your nature is the greatest gift that we have from our work. So if you're in a life-sucking career, or you're in a place that's a toxic environment, I mean, get out of that and find something that, for some of you, USANA is going to be that main thing. For many of you, USANA will be the parallel track, right, to create an extra income stream. Let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to probably replace our full daytime job with USANA, and that's totally fine. I do anesthesia almost every week now. I enjoy it, okay? I don't work the nights and the weekends like I used to because of the residual income, but I enjoy what I do. And so that's the gift that really comes from work. Work is godlike. So work 8 hours, get paid for 8 hours, move time for money. Residual income, however, you work 8 hours, and what happens? You can get paid for 80, 800, 8,000 hours. Okay, now when you first hear that, if you're sharing that to someone, they're going to go, yeah, this sounds kind of fishy. What's this all about? Okay, and the reality is, here's the catch. There's a catch, and the catch is you're going to work for free in the beginning, aren't you? You're not just going to get something for nothing. Okay, you're going to have to put out. What does that mean, work for free? Well, it means this. When I first came into USANA, I spent a lot of hours reading the product catalog. Okay, I started going to events. I started missing some family gatherings and family events. I got on a plane and went to my first convention. I think I missed maybe one of my kids' first kindergarten, first grade kind of things. There were sacrifices I had to make to learn how this industry functioned. And did I make a lot of money in those first years? I didn't, okay? But did I make a lot of money in my first 4 years of college or my next 4 years of medical school? No. See, I get that. I get that sometimes you have to invest 4 years or 8 years before you make a dollar. Why should we think this is any different? To think different about this, you guys, is to have a kind of a lotto mentality, getting something for nothing mentality. You have to really take this in and make it like a going back to school journey for yourself, where you are literally growing a new brain. Because network marketing, as you know, it's going to confront you with what you're not good at, with what scares you, right? How do you handle rejection? How do you handle someone that says they're going to be at a meeting and they don't show up? How do you handle someone that all of a sudden stops returning your phone calls? You get that weird feeling like, did I offend them? Did I do something wrong? How do you handle when someone starts the journey with you and they bail? Right? You're going to be confronted with all this stuff, and you're going to have to grow through this. In the beginning, I hated the idea that people at the hospital were saying, yeah, Dr. Hirschek's doing this like he's selling vitamins or something. I mean, like this network marketing thing. That was hard for me because I wanted my peer group to just sort of like affirm me and say, he's a good guy and all that. And so I had to deal with my big fat ego. That great phrase from yesterday, like my phrase I heard, I think Michael said, your ego's not your amigo, right? Ego brings in fear, like Jen Groover taught us. So I had to deal with that. I had to deal with hard stuff, and that's not easy. That's working for free for a long time. But that's how life works. To become good at anything, you have to invest time, energy, and money into your development. Okay, before you can create skills and value for others, you have to create skills in yourself. To not think so is naive. So, any of you familiar with Robert Kiyosaki's work, Cash Flow Quadrant? I mean, this was like the light bulb was going on for me when I was introduced to Robert Kiyosaki 10, 12 years ago. When USANA came to me, I knew I had some health needs. I was having some health problems, and I knew I had some lifestyle needs, okay? Made enough income, but I had no time. I was time poverty. I didn't see my kids enough, and I knew if I just let the status quo go, I was going to have some regret. So I wanted to change some things. So Kiyosaki showed me, though, this brilliant idea that most people operate in what's called the E quadrant, where you're kind of employee-minded, and that's okay. We need most of the world to be employee-minded, and there's a lot of great, honoring jobs in the E quadrant, okay? Most of what we receive in life that blesses us is done in the E quadrant. That's where you have a job, it's predictable, you go to work, you have set hours, and you get a set paycheck. Some people get a little bit more motivated, they want to take a little bit more ownership, and they create their own business. They become S quadrant. They're self-employed, where you now you're a consultant, you distribute something, you represent something, and the buck stops with you. S quadrant people probably work the hardest. They spend the most time. But in reality, for a lot of people, the job owns them. Okay, one of my best friends is an S quadrant consultant. He does great work, and I think he takes like a few days off every couple years. He works very, very hard. Very rewarding, but he works very, very hard. Well, that's where I was. I was in a private physician anesthesia group, and we were S quadrant professionals. Worked very hard, a lot of satisfaction, but a lot of sacrifice on the personal side with family. And Robert Kiyosaki talked about this thing called B quadrant, where you can actually create assets that produce income while you're not working. And that concept, I had never heard that before. I grew up in a blue-collar family in Rockford, Illinois, and I never heard the concept residual income, royalty income, getting paid more than once, continuous cash flow. What are you talking about? I heard go to school and work really, really hard, right, and commit to something, and nothing wrong with that advice, but I wanted something more. There was something more in me, and I think there's something more in all of you, or you wouldn't have gotten on planes and cars and come a long way to be here and commit to this. So I'm going to show you how to get that. So B quadrant people recognize that you're going to invest some time, you're going to work for free in the beginning, and you're going to build some skills that are then going to create an asset that will produce income when you're not even working. So B quadrant has people at work. I quadrant is now where you have money at work for you. Warren Buffett would be a great example of an E quadrant investor. Okay, money is at work. B quadrant, you have systems that put people to work. All right. So a couple principles if you're evaluating a business. Now, this is kind of how, depending on the person who asked you that question, is this network marketing? You may have 30 seconds to answer that question. You may have 3 minutes. You may have an hour. You may be sitting having coffee. I don't know. But if you had some time, I would lay out concepts like this. And this is how I thought through it and where I convinced myself. You heard Jordan say, convinced people are convincing. And they are. And if you're not convinced, people are going to see it in your eyes. They're going to hear it in your voice. So I'm telling you, you have to convince yourself of this. I convinced myself of this about 10 years ago, and I got going. And I got rid of all that internal noise about, what are they thinking and all. You gotta be congruent internally, okay? So principles of a business, any business, okay? Network marketing, traditional business. You want to be in a growth industry. Some industries are growing, some are slow. This is not an industry you want to be moving into, right? People aren't getting in their cars and driving for these things like we used to years ago, right? This is all getting streamed. Some industries are expanding, right? Cybersecurity and health and wellness. Growth industries here, okay? You want a product line. We all sell something. Every business sells a product or service. This is the way the marketplace works. You want to sell something that is unique. Why do you want unique? Because if they get a good product experience, where do you want them to come to buy it again? You want to come back to you. You don't want to say, hey, that was great, Bob. I'm going to go over here and buy it for cheaper. You want uniqueness. And then you want a product line that is consumable. Consumable products means repeat purchases, right? That's the foundation of this magic thing called royalty income, residual income. So you want unique and consumable, but not all things we sell are unique and consumable. How about a hammer? That's neither unique or consumable, is it? I had the first hammer my uncle gave me when I was 15 years old as an electrician. I still have that hammer, okay? Not unique or consumable. How about Lifetime cookware? Well, it is unique, but it's not consumable. You're going to buy this once and you're done, right? No repeat sales there. How about gasoline? Unique? No. Consumable? Yeah. But you can buy gasoline anywhere. It's not like, hey, I had a great experience. I'm going to go back to that place. I mean, you might not have it, but, okay, not unique or consumable. So think through this. How about this thing? Do we have unique? Yeah. You've heard unique. There's no network marketing companies out there that have their own private health detoxification hospital, okay, where they bring in scientists to teach us. We're odd in this industry, you guys. You know that. We're odd. But it creates incredible uniqueness. Incredible uniqueness. How about consumable? Yep, check both those boxes. That's a good thing. How about growth industry? Are we in a growing industry or declining? We're in a growing industry, okay? These are things that you have to internalize and make them your own. These are powerful things. When you get down, when you get discouraged, when you wonder, is this going to work? Why am I doing this? These are the things you want to remember, okay? And then multiplying your efforts through others. This powerful thing called leverage. Now, leverage is different than residual income. We tend to use those words as if they're synonymous. They're not. Some businesses offer you leverage. Some businesses offer you residuals. Some businesses offer you both. Not many. There's not many opportunities I know out there that offer both. Network marketing is one, however. What does this look like? Now, this is numbers, and half of you are going, oh, here goes numbers. Get your pen out. Get your little pad of paper out. I want you to be able to explain this to a 12-year-old. And if you can't explain this to a 12-year-old, if this doesn't kind of excite you, you don't have it. You don't have it. If someone will give you 1 minute and they ask you, is this network marketing? And you can say, absolutely. Let me show you something. You can sit down. I want you to all do this. So everybody write these numbers down. And here's what you write. You just say, okay, you, average person, whatever, you're going to work 50 hours a week, okay? Just on average. The average person probably puts in about a 10-hour day. 50 hours a week times how many weeks a year? Let's say 50. You're just picking round numbers here. Maybe 2 weeks off for vacation. That number turns out to be 50 times 50. You don't have to be a math person. You can know that's 2,500. Okay, that's your first point. 2,500 hours is what the average person is going to contribute to the marketplace in terms of the wealth they're going to create for the marketplace, the skill they're going to provide. They're going to do it for about 2,500 hours per year, average person, full-time employee, first full-time person. If you do that for a 40-year career, age 25 to 65, are you with me? You do that for 40 years, you've created how much value or service for the marketplace? About 100,000 hours. Okay, God gives you a long, full life. You get to work for 40 years. You're blessed with 100,000 hours of being able to contribute, provide, create. This is a good thing. But you're gonna have about 100,000 hours of value to create for the marketplace that you will be paid on as an employee or even in that quadrant, okay? Now, that's traditional, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying better than equal to. I'm just showing you what's distinctive about our industry. Now, network marketing, however, we're going to grow through a team. This is not solo. This is B quadrant here. This is different. You got to think differently now. This is B quadrant. We're going to eventually build a team over about 5 years. We're going to build a team of about 50 people. And we're not going to work 50 hours a week. We're all going to put in about 10. We all have 10 hours. If you want to change your life, you don't have 10 hours a week, go somewhere else, because that's not what this is. That's not realistic. You need some hours. Okay, you're not going to get a part-time job less than 10 hours a week. So 50 people who put in 10 hours a week have created how much value for the marketplace? About how many hours? 500. Make sure this makes sense to you. You got to practice this at lunchtime. Write it down. Ask the person you're with at lunchtime, pull the napkin out, say, hey, do this thing. Just show yourself you guys got this. This is powerful, okay? It's simple math, but it's really powerful. 500 hours of productivity in 1 week. Now, if this is done for 1 year, let's just keep it 50 weeks, keep it the same as the other side. I know there's 52 weeks in a year. I get that. Okay, let's just, the emerald, just go with 50, all right? 50 weeks times 500 hours are how many hours in 1 year? Well, 500 times 50, it's a bigger number, but 25,000 hours of productivity are being delivered to the marketplace in 1 calendar year that you are getting compensated on. Do you see the difference there? 25,000 hours in 1 year versus how many by yourself? How many, how big of an increase is that? Tenfold increase by working through a team? Tenfold, not double, not triple, 10-time increase. And if this is done just for 4 years, do you see what you've created? You've created as much economic power in the marketplace in 4 years growing through a team with network marketing that a person who works by themselves will create an entire lifetime. This is real, you guys. This is how, I spent 4 years in, college. I spent 4 years in medical school. I spent 4 years in residency. And I created something economically more powerful with this than I did as an anesthesiologist. I make good money as an anesthesiologist, but I have to work every year for that income, right? I have to, I get to go in the hospital and serve people day after day after day. With network marketing, it's because of this that you can take a week off whenever you want. You can take a month off. You can take a year off. Okay? There are people that are going to travel all the countries in the world, like Michael. This is what gives you time to do other things that God might put on your heart to do. There was an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal last week, and it said they were asking people, they've done this study over and over, if they gave you 10 years to live, you got a diagnosis, you had 10 years left, and you were given $10 million. What would you do with your life? And it's an interesting question because what it takes out is all the noise, all the fear. So you don't have to worry about time, you don't have to worry about money, but you've got a fixed amount of time. What's really important to you? And what those two questions do, it really helps you clarify, what are you about? What do you want to do with this time you have left in this world? Doesn't it? And do you know what most people have said, male, female, young and old? This study was done for about 10 years, this study that I just mentioned. And the same 3 or 4 things every human being said. You know what they said? Most of them would probably work less or even quit their job, which means they probably didn't enjoy what they were doing. But those who did enjoy it said they probably would do it a little bit less. Okay? They'd keep doing it because it fulfilled their nature. They do a little bit less. They would probably do more volunteer work, more philanthropic work, which means we want to serve. People are created to want to serve. We want to serve, we want to give back. They would probably pick up a hobby and they probably would travel more. How many of you would say that kind of would fill your fullness inside, if you could do those things, right? Serve more, travel more, spend more time with family and friends. That was the other thing. What this gives you is it moves you in that direction. And you don't have to be a diamond director to have this help you out. I mean, how many of us, even $400 to $500 a month would be helpful, right? That pays the car payment. That pays part of the mortgage. That's a nice thing. That frees up a lot of hours that you have to work in the marketplace. Okay? So do this, be able to do this and understand these numbers. And ask the person you're going to lunch with, hey, just do that 4 versus 40 thing. And then practice it on the plane. Practice on the way home. Get this. Show, if you have kids at home, just be able to do this. Because this is going to show you mathematically why this really works. Okay? This is powerful. This is really powerful and explains how it works, why it works. So 3 principles of business. What are they? Growth industry, unique consumable, system of leverage. Okay? Do we have that in network marketing? Do we have that in USANA? Yes. Not all network marketing companies move products that are unique and consumable. We do. Okay, we do. So powerful principles of business, whether traditional or this odd thing called network marketing, which happens to align with what we do. Now, I didn't talk much about taxes, but this is certainly an eroding effect every year, okay? You guys have seen this quote, $3,000 to $9,000 a year. Flush the toilet if you don't have a home-based business, okay? I get killed on my taxes as a professional, as an anesthesiologist. I have no write-offs. I work hard, I make a good income, and the government takes a big chunk of it. I love trips like today because this is on USANA business, right? This is all comes out of pre-tax income. So talk about wealth erosion if you don't have a part-time business. So what we have here is the honest belief, like I really, really believe this, and this might be the thing I would say as my friend that I respect says, you got to be kidding me. Is this network marketing? I can say something like this because I completely believe this. I think it may be the best way for most people to create leveraged, residual, tax-favored income. If you know another way, tell me. I'm listening. Honestly, if you know a better way with less risk, I'm listening. I really believe this. Now, it took me about a year to get there, you guys, but I got there where I had as much congruence with our product line as I did with our industry called network marketing. And I don't want you to shrink back either. I don't want you to go, they asked me the network marketing question, and people can tell. They can look it in your eyes. They can see it in your energy. You just kind of deflate a little bit like, they asked me the network marketing question. So if you know a better way to create this, I'm ears. I'm all ears, okay? So what is it? What's network marketing? Well, I think a picture tells a lot. This is how we buy most of the things that we buy in America, just statistically. It's called retail marketing. Some industry or business creates a product. That product gets distributed to us through either stores or online retailers, right? That's kind of how we buy most of what we buy, and we get that. That seems normal, natural. Here's how network marketing differs. There's still a company that creates a product, but how does that product come to us? And here's the interesting thing that Paul Zane Pilzer helped me get. Do we actually distribute a product? I mean, do you? Do I? What is it we distribute? Information. Information. We're at a point, actually, you guys, where the information about our products becomes more valuable than the products themselves. Do you realize that? I mean, USANA has these amazing products, but without an army of people to share the information about these products with people that needs them, these beautiful products don't make a difference in anybody's life. So we actually share information about these products. That's what we get paid to do. That's what network marketing is. So ask yourself, who gets the marketing budget? Okay? Network marketing isn't like this pyramid where you have all these overpriced products because everybody's getting paid on everybody else's work, and so the product becomes overpriced. The average price to move a product in the retail space is about 80%. Paul Pilzer, economist, PhD, smart guy. 80 to 85% is marketing and distribution cost for a product. Network marketing can make that same product happen, that transfer happen from the company to the end user for closer to 50%. What's the more efficient marketing model? I'm telling you, you got to convince yourself of this. Look it up. Don't take my words for it. Look it up. Look it up. But these are things that you can really give yourself so you convince yourself, okay? So USANA, small company or big company? It's a big number. So people for 25 years now that have been sharing information about USANA has paid out over $2.5 billion in commissions. That's a big number. It's a big number. So I think a picture to me helps dispel the myth or the uncertainty or kind of the mystery of what is this network marketing thing. All we're doing, you guys, we're serving as the marketing arm of the company. That's what we do. So instead of high-paid executives, ad agencies, retail stores, online retailers, instead of them getting the commission for the product sale, we simply get the commission because we distribute the information about the products. That's how we get paid. That's what network marketing is. So let me ask you, Mr. Prospect, if you like to coach people, teach, explain, help, you could be very good at this business. Would you like to take a look at it? This is what I do, okay? It's what I do. I teach people about the products. So Paul Pilzer, I alluded to him, smart guy. If you don't know him, if you're struggling with this industry and you don't know him, look him up. Read his articles, read his books. I'm telling you, helped me a ton. He is a very, very smart man, okay? He says there's a convergence of 3 trends going on. And when I saw this, probably 9 years ago, I saw this stuff, and it gave me posture to reach out to someone like Jordan and say, man, I found something good. I found something that may be better than anesthesia. And it may be right for like a young kid like Jordan or whoever, people on my team. And here's what Pilzer taught me. He said there's a convergence of 3 trends going on. The wellness industry is exploding. Nutritional supplements, weight loss, skincare, energy drinks, big growth industry. Okay, network marketing as a distribution model is growing worldwide. And then technology is growing. I mean, when I started USANA, I thought it was cool that I could go home to my computer at night and log in and type an email and send somebody a video. I thought that was powerful. 10 years later, we all walk around with computers in our pockets. I can send you a video like while I'm waiting for a red light. While I'm waiting in the elevator, you've got your video. That is amazing technology that's happened. Even in 10 years, I couldn't have said that. We walk around with computers now sending information. Information transfer has gotten easier and easier and more powerful. So it's convergence of these 3 things, though, that Pilzer says is creating the perfect storm of economic opportunity. And I got to tell you, when I would go into the hospital, and I was kind of excited about USANA, and I'd maybe talk a little bit, man, the surgeons would just pounce, like lion on a gazelle. I was just like, and you know who gave me courage to stand up? It was like ideas that I got from Pilzer. Because I thought, yeah, you guys are pretty smart. You know how to take out a gallbladder, and you can take out a colon, and you can take out breast cancer, but you don't know as much about economics as Paul Pilzer, and I'm siding with Pilzer. And I'm telling you, that gave me confidence. It did. Yeah. And I know you've got the same kind of resistance that I face. We're in negative environments. People are scared. They're negative. If you do something different, it's like the crabs trying to get out of the bucket, right? They just pull you right back in. Well, you got to arm yourself, fortify yourself with good information, good ideas that build your belief and convince yourself, because then you're Teflon. Then when people give you that little smug like, oh, that's network marketing, isn't it? You can say, yeah, you're darn right it is. Have you seen something better? Because you understand what makes it great. Now, is it for everybody? No. Do most people who start it do great in it? No. But tell me anything in life where something that most people start, they do great in. Do most people that join a fitness club end up meeting their health goals? No. Do most people who start golf become great golfers? No. Do most kids who go out for football play in the NFL? Do you get my point? Nobody is good at everything they start. But it's good for some people. It's good for you guys. You guys get it. And you're here to get trained and equipped, okay, because you get it. So it works for some people. And Pilzer's words just spoken to me and built my confidence. So I could stand up and look people eye to eye and say, hey, I got something. And the person who doesn't get it is not me. I wouldn't demean them, but I'd be like, you don't get it. I get it. And that's fine if it's not for you, or you want to put me down or belittle me because I'm in this network marketing thing or I'm in this vitamin pyramid thing, whatever. You just go be in your cynicism and your negativity. That's fine. And I learned to take my positive message elsewhere. Honestly. Yeah. And it is sad too, because I'm friends with a lot of the surgeons I work with, and I've known them now for 15 years. And I'll tell you, there's a handful of them they've had heart attacks. They've had sternotomies. They've had cardiac bypass surgery. I watch them get older, and I watch the stress of what they do. I watch how they heroically save lives in the middle of the night, and they're working hard for us, and they're putting it out there. Man, they watch their health go. I've had partners in my own group, my own anesthesia partners. They've had, heart bypass surgery, and I come to them with my idea, and they're like, really? You can't help people that don't want to be helped, right? You can't help them. Take your energy, go to places that people that want to be helped. Okay, it's no different for me than it is for you. All right, 3 powerful things at least, economically speaking, 3 very, very powerful things, okay? Residual income. recurring income, continuous cash flow, whatever you want to call it, getting paid more than one time for your work because we have a product line that is what? Unique and consumable, okay? We have uniqueness, we have consumable. That creates this incredibly powerful thing called royalty income. We were gone from America, you guys, in 2015. We lived in another country, in Honduras. My accountant, we met together when I got back, and he said, Steve, you were up 5% last year. I wasn't in the United States, you guys, and the business grew. That's amazing, and that's a testimony to the quality of the product line. So we have residual income. We have this thing called leverage. Two different things, right? Some things have leverage, some things have residual. This, we have both. Not many things have both. We have both. We can build through a team. We have the leverage of a team, okay, where we all work together and we all do better, all right? That's a powerful thing. Remember the 4 times the 40. Be able to do that on a napkin. And then we have this thing called tax protection. I mean, we have tax-favored income where when we earn $1, we don't give the, half of it back. We can keep a lot more of it because we have a business. The government incentivizes us to grow businesses. Play the game of the IRS. Grow businesses. Have a business because you can write off so much of your life, and that's a whole nother talk. And if you're thankful enough to find a company like USANA, we get actually a 4th thing, which we get health. And if you don't have health, you don't have anything. I mean, if you make $1 million and you lose your health, it doesn't matter, right? Real wealth is what? Health. You bet it is. You bet it is. And ask anybody who's created a massive fortune in their life and they've lost their health at the end if it was worth it. And they'll tell you, no, I wish I was healthy. I wish I had my health. Because when you lose your health, a lot of times you can't get it back. And I see this every day as we bring people in the OR and they have their hearts done or their brain aneurysms or whatever, okay? I see it every day. So protect your health along the way, and USANA lets us do that. So why, you ever wondered this? I wondered this very early on, like, man, the guy had such a great thing going. Why did he have to ruin it with network marketing? Like, really, I don't want to deal with this network marketing. Like, that's how I thought initially, because I didn't get it. I didn't like it. I just saw the negativity that showed up when the word came up, and I'm like, I thought it was so perfect, and then he had to blow it. So why do you you ever ask yourself, why did he choose network marketing? Well, I think maybe here's one way to look at it. Do you know what this is? This is massive intellectual capital. Dr. Wentz has incredible ideas. He's the visionary who launched it. He assembled a team of great minds, and this represents tremendous creative economic potential. And then he took this creative economic potential, and he can actually put it into a product. So these great ideas built by these great creative minds, and all the raw materials come from around the world, from the mountains and the mines and the earth, and they come into this facility, and we put it into bottles. And we bottle this creative potential. And we have this amazing product. But how do you get the product to the end user? That's the challenge, isn't it? That was his challenge. I've got this thing. I know it works. How do I get it out there? How do you share the message? Well, you can do retail. You can do network marketing. So this represents the great ideas, okay? Here's the creative potential, the intellectual capital, the physical capital. And this right here, do you know what this is right here? That is this number right here. And there are about 30 billion reasons why you need to figure out how to make this thing work, because that's about how much money Americans spend every year on supplements alone. This isn't weight loss. This isn't skincare. It's not energy drinks. It's just supplements. This is a conservative number. You can find numbers a lot bigger. I want to pick one. I researched this pretty good last year because I wanted to really come up with a new way to share what USANA was. About $30 billion, pretty conservative number of how much money Americans spend each year on supplements. Do we market a good supplement? Yes. We're $1 billion of this alone worldwide. This is just U.S., okay? So the challenge for us is right here. Here's the challenge. This right here, do you see this bottleneck? This right here represents our opportunity. This is our opportunity. The better we do this, the better we open up that bottleneck, the more products flow, the more we get what? Paid, right? The more people we bless, the more people we impact, the more money we make. The bigger you get at opening up that thing, the better you get at explaining these products, explaining these business, the more people you take and interested in, the better you get at overcoming your own hang-ups and rejection and how you deal with your own negativity, the bigger you're going to open up that bottleneck, okay, that bottleneck there. That's the opportunity of network marketing. That's what we get paid to do. And that's this industry right here. Would you like to know who is statistically most likely to buy vitamins in America? I wanted to research this. I just wanted to see, like, okay, so 30 billion U.S. conservative, who's buying most of the vitamins? Okay, because we all kind of get to a point, some days you get those days where it's like, nobody's buying this stuff. This doesn't work. No one's buying it. Everybody, canceled the auto ship, said no. No, this isn't working. Well, it is working, guys. 30 billion U.S., industry, 1 billion in USANA alone. Someone's buying vitamins. Who are they? Well, let me look at what I found out. Who uses supplements? So on the last 30 days, used a supplement of some kind, men, women. What percent do you think is higher? How many of you think women use supplements more than men? All right, how many of you think men more? I'd say the women have it by quite a bit, or you guys just aren't playing along. Women is the answer. 54% of women, 43% of men used a supplement of some kind in the prior 30 days. All right, how about this? Do you think supplement use increases or decreases as you get older? How many of you think it increases? Play along. How many of you think it decreases? Okay, the increasers, you guys got it. People take more supplements as they get older. Okay? Now, I'm just giving you facts. You let your brain figure out what to make of these. I'm not going to comment too much on these. I'm just giving you what my market research showed. Okay, how about this one? Supplement use in race. White, black, brown. How many percent? Here's what the statistics showed. All right? That's just statistical. All right, how about supplement use and exercise? Do you think people that exercise more use supplements more? How many of you think people that exercise more use more supplements? How many of you think that people that exercise less use more supplements? That should tell you something, right? If you're trying to share USANA and someone never has gone to a gym in their life, what does that tell you? It doesn't tell you never talk to them, but it tells you statistically, like educate your expectations a little bit. I mean, someone can always start a new leaf and say, I've never exercised in my life, but darn it, today's the day. Great, share what you've got, right? But statistically, you're going to find that people that exercise the most use supplements the most. Maybe a good use of your time is go to the gym to place to build a new marketplace, right? New networks. Your network is your net worth. Why? Because you meet more people at the gym, right? You meet people that are more likely statistically to use vitamins. How about supplement use in health? Do you think people that are in good health or bad health use more supplements? How many of you think better health equals more supplement use? How many of you think that people in poorer health use more supplements? Okay, here's what it showed. People that actually say they're the healthiest use vitamins the most. And this is kind of confusing for a lot of people that are in USANA initially, whether you're in the helper quadrant or not. I think a lot of us, when we come into USANA, we see what the products can do, and then we want to rescue people that we know that don't have good health, don't we? We have family and friends that just have terrible health, and we love them, we want to help them, and so we practically give them the darn products, and they won't use them. They don't prioritize it. No, thanks, I'm good. And you're like, you could do so well if you took these. Well, it turns out that's what the research shows. It's actually the healthier people use more vitamins. And so just to show you the most likely consumer, healthy, white females who exercise a lot, elderly. There's your mnemonic. If you forget, what was the highest percentage? Right there, all right? So target, the older ladies' fitness center. That's All right, best way to teach people about information-rich products. Our products are indeed information-rich. That's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for us. It means we've got to learn a little bit. We're not just selling some hair care potion or whatever. We have a lot of gimmick companies out there. Our products contain a little information. Best way to share that information? Person to person. That's network marketing. Person to person. You hear a need and you say that phrase that I love that Tony Dom said, I can help you with that. I think I can help you with that. Person to person. I think I can help you with that. So I think what many of us are looking for, whether it's network marketing or not, is we're looking for things like this. A meaningful way to add value. A meaningful way to add value. We all want that. We want to know that our life mattered. That I got through life, I didn't just make a lot of money selling garbage, but I got through life adding value to a lot of people. I made a lot of lives better. I want unlimited personal growth opportunities. I don't want to just learn something and be stuck there. I want to keep learning and growing. I want a way where I'm the boss. If I want to take the day off or take a week off, or if I want to raise my income next year, I just look in the mirror and ask permission because I'm the boss. I want to work with flexible hours. I want to pick my kids up from school. I want to maybe take some time off in the summer, whatever. I want an income that's recurring income, royalty income. I would like to have an opportunity for a high income potential for the drivers. I want to make a lot of money. Nothing wrong with that. I want to choose who to work with. I want to build my own team culture. Do you know what we've just described? We have just described network marketing. So I hope this has been helpful for you so that when you get the question from that person you respect and they give you that little look and that little tinge of disappointment like, oh, I thought you had something good. Is this network marketing? You can say to them, yes, it is. But let me show you what I see. It is network marketing. Let me show you what I see. All right? I hope it's been helpful for you. I love you guys. Have a great day.
Gotta love listening to Dr. Steve. Not only is he an expert in the products, he's an expert on our industry.